In the fable of the scorpion and the frog, the two creatures stand on the edge of a riverbank, each seeking to cross. The scorpion, unable to swim, asks the frog for help. Suspicious, the frog questions why he should trust the scorpion, whose sting would bring certain death. The scorpion assures him, reasoning that stinging him midstream would only lead to both their demise. Convinced, the frog agrees, and the scorpion climbs onto his back. But halfway across, the scorpion does indeed sting the frog. Shocked as he feels the venom course through him, the frog cries, "Why did you do this? Now we'll both die." To this, the scorpion replies, "I couldn't help it. It's in my nature." This tale of mutually assured destruction reflects not only a fatalistic flaw in nature, but perhaps more profoundly, the insidious tendencies of systems and structures that exploit while sacrificing the very foundations that sustain them. The story of the scorpion and the frog serves as a perfect metaphor for capitalism, a system with intrinsic tendencies and contradictions that often lead to harm for both the exploited and the exploiter. The scorpion's nature is analogous to the nature of capitalism itself, relentless in pursuit of gain, even at the expense of the collective good. This story reflects the flaws inherent in capitalism, a system that, like the scorpion, is driven by a nature it cannot escape, one of relentless self-interest, competition, and the pursuit of profit above all else. Capitalism, at its core, promises a world of opportunity, where innovation thrives and individuals are free to pursue their dreams. But beneath this seductive promise lies a darker reality, one where the well-being of society is often sacrificed on the altar of greed and the insatiable desire for more. Just as the scorpion's nature led to the destruction of both it and the frog, capitalism's intrinsic characteristics lead to a multitude of social ills that harm not just the vulnerable, but eventually the entire fabric of society. One of the most glaring parallels between the scorpion's nature and capitalism is the tendency to prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability. Under capitalism, much like the scorpion's instinctual urge, the drive for profit is paramount, even if it means hurting the very society it relies upon. Corporations, in their pursuit of profit, often disregard the consequences of their actions on workers, communities, and the environment. Pollution is dumped into rivers as industries focus on profit margins over ecosystems, impacting water supplies, wildlife, and human health. Workers are exploited, pushed to produce more with less compensation, as wages remain stagnant while corporate profits soar. Here, the frog represents these exploited resources, both human and environmental, relied upon to carry the weight of progress across the river to economic prosperity. But like the frog in the story, these resources are harmed in the process, the resulting poison seeping into the system itself, leading to societal inequality, environmental degradation, and even economic instability. Moreover, just as the scorpion's self-destructive nature dooms both himself and the frog, capitalism's structural flaws sow seeds of its own undoing. In a relentless drive for profit, resources are exhausted at unsustainable rates, leaving behind environmental crises and climate catastrophes that threaten the very fabric of human society. The extraction and exploitation go on until there is nothing left to exploit, creating a ticking time bomb that ultimately risks the stability and viability of the system itself. The destabilization caused by wealth disparity, labor exploitation, and ecological destruction is felt across society, deepening divisions and inciting unrest. Capitalism also perpetuates a mindset that corrupts societal values and relationships, where individuals are incentivized to prioritize self-interest, collaboration, and community suffer. As people are encouraged to view their neighbors as competitors, mutual trust erodes. We lose sight of our collective humanity, valuing individuals only for their productivity or purchasing power. In this way, capitalism's impact extends far beyond economics, affecting cultural and social dimensions of life. Just as the frog and scorpion begin with a tenuous, self-interested agreement, capitalist societies often function on conditional, transactional relationships, which collapse when deeper crises strike. The story of the scorpion and the frog ultimately reminds us that the nature of capitalism, like the scorpion's nature, is not easily changed, even if we recognize its harm. Capitalism, with its structural need for continuous growth, cannot cease its endless pursuit of profit without undermining itself, just as the scorpion cannot cross the river without succumbing to its instincts. In doing so, capitalism risks taking down not only those it exploits, but also those who benefit from it. The flaws are not merely incidental, but are embedded in the system's DNA, and they manifest in cycles of boom and bust, in environmental depletion, in societal inequality, and in the erosion of community and culture. In reflecting on the tale of the scorpion and the frog, we see a somber warning. As the scorpion is bound by nature, capitalism is bound by structure, and without significant change, it will continue to lead society down a destructive path. However, unlike the fable, society has the agency to redefine its systems and seek alternatives that nurture mutual survival rather than exploitation. We are reminded that while the scorpion may not change, humanity can. And perhaps it is time to choose a different path across the river. That's it for today's video. I hope you found this analysis insightful. If you did, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more engaging content like this. As always, I appreciate your support.